This is the 2017 Buick Lacrosse Premium.
So this Lacrosse was one of America's best sedans on the market, and of course one of the most loved. But after 2 years after the 2017 redesign, it was discontinued. So is this Buick Lacrosse still a good choice in 2023? And should you get it over buying a brand new sedan? Let's go ahead and find out. Alright, so before we begin, let me address the pricing and trim level. So we do have the top end premium trim level today, which brand new will cost around $49,000. So that's not a lot of money because this is kind of like in the middle of a luxury and normal sedan. So it gives you a lot for the money because you have a driver's side seat massager and a lot of other fancy interior goodies. But now let's get started with the styling. So you will see that we have a new grille because everything is functional, and we have the return of that tri-colored Buick badge. I also really like that chrome strip that goes on both sides of the Buick badge. There will be some functional vents down here.
Now coming to the headlights, Buick will provide mostly LED design with the halogen headlights, and you will also have a fog lights and an LED turn signal. And now for the wheels, Buick will provide 19-inch alloy wheels for this premium trim level. So these will be wrapped in all-season tires and will be equipped with all-wheel drive so that it will do okay in the snow.
Alright, so now coming to the side profile, you will see that the Lacrosse has a very stylish. You can see that you have many chrome accents which are surrounding the windows surrounds, and you have the chrome inserts in the door handles and on the bottom mold. Also, all of the side moldings will be body colored because this is a higher trim level. As far as the mirrors go, these will be heating and blind spot monitoring, but auto dimming and power folding are surprisingly missing. And coming to the rear end, as you can see, there's not much to talk about besides the return of the tri-colored Buick badge, the dual exhaust down below.
And now coming around back to the taillights, surprisingly Buick does throw in completely incandescent taillights with even the brake light included.
Alright, so now coming into the interior, this is why you would buy a top trim level Buick. The interior quality. So you see on the door panel, you don't have much, but you do have soft touch material along the top, some fake wood trim, 2-person memory seats, and a little bit of leather on the armrest. All of your switchgear will be located above this little handle, and the bottom part will be made of plastic. These seats will be normal perforated leather, and these will be 12-way power adjusting, including this massage. But now let's hop on in. Alright, so interior time, and I have some mixed feelings about this, honestly. So first, taking a look at the steering wheel. It's a nicely leather wrapped one. You've got your cruise control settings, heated steering wheel, and gauge cluster adjustments on the right. And it's pretty nice. You've got your paddle shifters. Just these turn signal stocks I don't like very much. Sorry about the flickering gauge clusters. That's just because of the camera. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gauge clusters, despite its flickeringness, I guess. So you could scroll down. You've got your trip computers and your tire pressure monitors and your, all that good stuff. We'll keep it at that for now because my grandparents like everything the way they came. But overall, very nice interior. Time to look at the materials. Soft touch plastic along the top. You've got some more of that fake wood trim, and everything else is like plastic, I think. Yep. This part is still plastic with some cool stitching. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the storage. So this is why you buy a larger sedan like this. You've got more storage, and this Lacrosse certainly has more storage. So let's see, that looks like the bottom. You've got 2 USB-A charging ports, and speaking of charging, see, you've got a 12-volt power outlet. Not sure who uses those these days, but you do have a wireless phone charger. So that is actually right here. Kind of a weird place to put it, but hey, it's a wireless phone charger. The only downside though is that I tried putting my giant iPhone 14 Pro Max in there and it would not go down. So I'm just saying, if you have a bigger phone, like maybe a Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or something like that, the big phones are not gonna fit. Aside from that, you've got your 2 cup holders, and let's go ahead and take a look at the shifter and backup camera. This is a funky one. You have to push the side button. Make sure you do that. You go down for drive, up for neutral, and over for reverse. So you've got a pretty good backup camera. It's not the best one that I've seen, but it's pretty good. One surprising thing is that you do not have a surround view camera, which is a big disappointment. To put it back in park, you just push that button and then you get a little ding from the car. But now let's go ahead and take a look at the infotainment and the climate controls. So infotainment system is not fast, but it's not that bad either. So it could be a little bit more intuitive, but well, that's what you're dealing with. You got WSJ, New York Times, your text, and you've got your settings. So yeah, nothing really special there. You also have your phone, so you can call and text from here. I don't really recommend doing that while you're driving, especially the texting part, but you do have wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also have a good Bose sound system that fills the cabin. So for the controls down here, you've got heated seats, 3 stages, ventilated seats, and you could control your climate, the different fan speeds, the defrosts, and these knobs will control the dual zone climate control. So there we go. We also have your parking sonar and the lane tracing assist, traction control, and the parking sensors. So overall, not bad here. I mean, it could be better for the materials, but hey, the one nice thing is that you've got the massage. Basically just pushes the lumbar back and forth, but it's nice. So you can option this on. Our tester does not have the panoramic sunroof. You can get it, but as I just said, this one does not have it. So if you want it, you will have to look for one that has it optioned on. Alright, so now coming to the passenger side, I've had a couple surprises here. So for one, the door panel is mostly the same. Got same materials, nice contrast stitching, same amount of storage. But the surprising thing is that you do actually have a massage. So I thought it was only driver's side, but it turns out it was the passenger side as well. So that is certainly a surprise. Let me just turn that on for myself as I get in. Alright, this AC really helps. But the passenger seat is super comfortable because my grandparents who own this car, they don't have anyone sitting in the back, so they can slide it back as far as they want. So one thing that also surprised me was the storage area. I didn't see that before, and you actually can put quite a bit in here. So You also have this gripping pad so nothing slides anywhere. You've got that fake wood trim. It actually looks quite nice, and this is made of some harder leather, and the glove box is plastic. In here, we've got a good sized glove box with felt lining and a light. So overall, not a bad place to be over here if you don't want to be driving, but I do have to say that getting in and out of this car is really hard, and I wasn't really expecting it to be that hard. So just one thing to keep in mind about buying this car. Alright, so this is another reason why you buy a bigger sedan. You have more room in the back seat. So we're certainly going to check that out right now. Let me close the door. Look at all of this legroom. So you could totally fit the taller people back here as far as legroom goes, but headroom is not okay for the tall people. As you can see, I don't have a lot of headspace, so that's just one thing to keep in mind. Like, the headroom is not great, but the legroom is totally awesome, don't get me wrong. As far as amenities go, not a lot. You've got your air vents, you have a little household stereo outlet, and I hope this is not it's a 12-volt power outlet. Well, we don't have any of those at home, and I don't know anyone that does have those, so I just don't know why, even in the newer cars, they still put that in there. The seat back pockets are a little tight, so you could maybe put a phone or something back there. It would easily fit my iPhone 14 Pro Max. So, now let's go ahead and check out the cargo area and let's see what Buick has to do about it. Alright, so now it's time to get into the cargo area, where this is the place that the larger sedans shine. So the interesting thing is that you have to push the Buick symbol to open the trunk. And really, if you have your hands full, you could just put your bottom to it and it would open. So let me see. Okay, I did it. Look at all of the space behind the second row. Look at all of this. You've got a cargo net there, 2 cubbies on either side, and look, it goes way back there. So my grandparents have a little bit of stuff back here. The seats do fold. You just pull these little levers. I won't demonstrate that right now because they have some stuff there, but that is a lot of space, you guys, and this is why you buy a large sedan. Alright, so now let's take a look under the hood of this Buick Lacrosse. So I've got to say, it does get hot after running for a while, and I'm glad it does have the hydraulic struts. You're looking at, right here, a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 pushing out 310 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque, all mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So this actually gets pretty decent fuel economy, 20 in the city, 29 on the highway, and 23 combined. So we do have the all-wheel drive model, so that might compromise it a little bit, but that is actually really good for a naturally aspirated V6. So that's about all I have to say for this V6 engine. It is super fast, and I like it a lot. As far as dimensions go, this Buick Lacrosse measures in at 198 inches and 72 inches in width. So when it comes to competition, this Buick Lacrosse kind of has a hard one. So we don't know whether it competes with the luxury sedans or the normal sedans, because it does pack in some luxury, but it isn't really enough to be a true luxury sedan. So that being said, it does compete with the Toyota Avalon, Dodge Charger, Nissan Maxima, Hyundai Sonata, and a couple others. Like I said, it doesn't exactly compete with the luxury sedans. And, well, it does actually have a good competitor called the Acura TLX, because that isn't a very luxurious one either, but it's not very normal. So I would put that in the middle for the competition. Well, everyone, thanks so much for joining me today on this video of the 2017 Buick Lacrosse. And I know that my grandparents really like this car because what they wanted when they bought it was a very luxurious but a low-priced vehicle that was all-wheel drive. So this car is good for them. Is it good for you? Comment down below.